Welcome back to the Simulation Soccer League. It is Season 10's Grand Premiere. Division 1 is back. Match Day 1 about to get underway here. Socc and Valpix with you. After the back of yet another Hollywood Championship, it looks like we're going to have another chance for them to make a run of a title. But of course, some new challenges have emerged. A.C Romana has come up as a Division 2 champions, and Reykjavik United as well. And of course, FC Tokyo will still likely be hot on their heels. Val, a lot of exciting matchups to go for this one. Who are you most looking forward to here?
I'm looking forward to seeing how the promoted D2 teams do. They were by far and away, well, not by far and away, but they were the two best teams in that division last season for a reason. They were putting up, they would be prone to putting up a crooked, not, yeah. It's early season for me too, but I'm looking forward to seeing how the new teams do. They were very, very good in Division 2 last season. Oh, wow.
Yeah, we are already underway here very quickly, and it is A.C Romana starting off here against C.F Catalunya. Bit of a battle across the Mediterranean for these two sides, as early on it looks like Catalunya with the early momentum here. Try to find a Kocha there, but there's the floor. Oh, knocked down by Muller. Carrigan tried to clear that out, and it fell to Dogwood Maple, but he could not capitalize. Of course, Fallon DeFleur was recently signed for a max deal going over to Rome.
Yeah, this is for Romana. This is also their first time in Division 1 ever. Very rapid rise for, I believe, a Season 7, I want to say, expansion team.
Indeed. Yeah, they have come up quickly and have rebuilt well. There's a shot by Okocha, saved and then blocked again. The floor was able to get in the way of that after Carrigan made the stop.
Yeah, Catalunya have been dangerous in the attack so far. They're going with a 4-2-4 formation, so you kind of expect that they will be sending bodies forward.
Yeah, and here's a body forward here for Romana. It's Levert who gets by Gunnarsson. And the first goal of the campaign goes to Levert. It's 1-0 Romana, a quarter of the way through the game.
Yeah, pretty quick direct ball. Comes right out here to Schweinsteiger. And Budget Busquets just loses him. Takes a couple touches, outweights Gunnarsson, beats her to the near post. And first goal in D1 for Romana, and they take the lead.
Yeah, another first goal in D1, of course, for Levert, formerly of Athênai. And leading the side out in this one, and already putting a lot of pressure here on Budget Busquets. Here's a Nivier trying another crossover for Schweinsteiger, but a good save there by Gunnarsson.
I believe Levert was also one of their first players that they signed, in addition to obviously Anna Vier, who I think spent that first season out on loan.
Indeed, and it's great for him as the inaugural acquisition to help them rise up through the ranks. Here's McFlop. It's over for Okocha. That was simple, and an equalizer found early.
Yeah, Catalunya
made it 1-1 there.
Yeah, Catalunya, like I said, they're going to send numbers forward in this setup. And right here, they just they had 6 guys in the box, and then McFlopface right there. Okocha just slips off the floor. When there's so many bodies in the box, there's only so many guys who can be back for Romana.
Yeah, I don't know about slips off, though. I thought he was firmly grounded. Nunez a drive, and Gunnarsson another clutch save there. Just barely able to tap that one out for a corner. Nivier there to strike it. Going across there was easily cleared out there by Jokkel Juliusson. But the crumbs are with Rome right now, but they can't push any further. Nunez on the throw here. Oh, good intercept there by Järvinen. Might be able to spark a little counter-attack here off that throw-in. Rising over to Sherwood, and here they go, throwing all the bodies up. Insvins will look to be an anchor there with Järvinen, and Muller finds Dogwood Maple right through. Saved by Carrigan. And out for a corner.
Second big save, really, for Carrigan in this first half.
Yeah, both of these keepers being tested early, and McFlopface headed that the entirely wrong way. And that will take us to half-time. Romana and Catalunya tied at 1, though. Catalunya, thanks to that prime chance in front for JJ Okocha, really the big difference maker in this match. Otherwise, it'd pretty much be even Stevens.
Yeah, it's been a pretty even game. Catalunya retaining a lot of the possession, which, is kind of the thing that they do. But Romana, it's their first game in D1. They haven't really shown any nerves. Obviously, they're having to deal with the numbers Catalunya is throwing forward, but they do not look out of place so far through one half of the season. But yeah, this is a pretty even game, and I'm really interested in seeing what happens in the second half, which begins while I talk about it.
Yep, doesn't look like there are any changes made to either side, so staying as they're 11-4 now. Trying to play through this left edge to start here with Romana. Nunez trying to get by McFlopface. Send it back for Yves Mathieu. Back in for Nunez. Now Kamoriatu. Trying to dance. Taken away though by Yarvin and just got an angle to the ball there. But got it. Muller here with a lot of time. No real pressure, but the long cross is headed out by Milton Nunez. Yarvin will try and recover before it goes out of play, and does. Making sure that Romana doesn't have a chance to really reposition. It's a chance for Okocha. Rounds Carrigan! Carrigan attacked it and missed, and Catalunya finds themselves in front.
2 J's and 2 goals. Pretty direct ball, switching the field. Yarvinen is coming out on him, but just sends it long. I'd like to see a replay of potential offside, but slips it through the near post.
Fine on that. We might get another look. Here we go.
Hey, asking you shall receive occasionally. Oh yeah, he's on. Smart keeps him on.
Yeah. Yep. And the floor was beaten cleanly. And now Catalunya looking to make it 3-1 here. That free kick really didn't find anyone in particular, and Carrigan easily swoops upon it. Holding it for a while here. Letting out those 6 seconds that he can hold on to it before rolling it eventually to Smart. Smart given a lot of space right now. Given back. Now Jeremiah try to find Schweinsteiger, was intercepted by Vins, and here's a counter again, but Rising, however, has it. His through ball cut off by Powdered Toastman. And Carrigan forward now for Smart, who will boost a clear here for Levert, who's beaten Juliusson now on a solo run. Can he get himself a double? He off the crossbar with the chip. Nearly found it, but just a bit too much salsa.
Yeah, too much. Almost had Levert too and Okocha too. But a good direct counterattack from Romana, just then product just about an inch or two away.
Yeah, as here's Maple with a drive, was offside. A little bit of a trap there perhaps, but did get him away in time. It's, a couple of cards have been handed out here already. Huey Yarvin receiving the first yellow card of this season. And the first yellow card in D1 for Romana going to Powder Toastman, as there's a clearance, but Levert wasn't able to swoop upon it. Vins now over to Muller. Muller firing forward, looking for McFlopface, intercept though by Milton Nunez. Oyatu now for Smart. Worked back here for Carrigan, looking to switch the angle of attack, and they do with a Niviere, trying to dance by Yarvinen, cut inside. Pass deflected off Sherwood, ended up back with Levert. Levert over for Schweinsteiger. They're working this well now. As the floor cutting in, the floor a drive blocked by Juliusson. Sherwood the header, cleared away further, but only to Mathieu. Schweinsteiger now back. They might look at the same play. No, this time they try and loft, but Yarvinen there clears out the danger. Milton Nunez, however, comes right back in. Third time of asking, maybe it falls for Vins, and he gets it out of danger.
They're getting the ball into dangerous opportunities, just need that final touch.
Yeah, just looking for one more play here. As here's Milton Nunez, a left foot strike, but Gunnarsson held onto that cleanly.
Yeah, that was not really going to trouble Gunnarsson. Not a ton of pace, not the best placed. Routine in the end.
Yep. As Jeremiah there lofting it for Niviere, tried to header over the top again. Gunnarsson on the charge and ends up holding on to it once more. Plenty of time being taken off there with holding on to it and now rolling it forward. Flop face for Yarvinen. Looking for an option here. Here's the angle switch though. Gunnarsson looking for a Okocha. The floor missed the header. Glenn Smart now has to come back over and cover. Shot by Maple was blocked. my powdered toastman and then eventually cleared out of danger.
I feel like that was the first real dangerous look for Catalunya since they went ahead, but they're not going to complain because the time is going quickly. But we do have a chance here,
now,
perhaps.
The long throw. Kamoyatu. Schweinsteiger now for the floor again. Flicks back in for Schweinsteiger. Cross was blocked. Jeremiah back in. Kamoyatu. Jeremiah a drive, but it was just wide. And that chance might have been the one that secured them the points and wasn't able to be. It seems like that foul that was given over just was a signature touch to end it as Lauren Galanti blows a whistle. 2-1. Catalunya get their first victory and away win. Perhaps deserved. They looked like the stronger side though, but Romana definitely did look threatening against a first D1 opponent in league play.
Yeah, pretty even game overall. I thought Romana had their chances in the second half to find an equalizer, but Catalunya took their chances. 2 J's, 2 goals, and they will happily take those 3 points to the bank.
Yep, and unsurprisingly earning player of the match honors as well. So Catalunya will, for the briefest of moments, go up to the top of the standing with that 2-1 victory. As we look now to game number 2 here, which is Reykjavik United getting, I believe, their first taste of D1 under this branding.
Correct.
Facing off against FC Tokyo.
Correct, because they got, I think their last season as Sydney was when they got relegated. And then they became Reykjavik in D2, and then they've been building and they've been building. Last season, they make some big moves, bring in a lot of experience under new management, and they push for promotion and go up they go up. This is a team with a lot of veterans of this league, and it'll be very interesting to see how they fare against Tokyo, who is going to be a tough test from the get-go, a team that will be expecting to challenge at the top of the league.
Have to agree with all of those sentiments. I mean, yeah, I'd call them Tokyo FC or SC. SC is the correct one there. Of course, they have a sporting club. Or sports club, rather. They have been always on the doorstep of success, but still just have not been able to add much hardware to their cabinets. Just always bridesmaids, never the brides, as some might say. And I'm sure that they've just had to have a tough, long end of season, and they've had to come back into this with, I think, just a renewed vigor about their play. And I mean, they do get a bit of an easy test here, perhaps, with what some people might have considered the weakest side in Reykjavik United. But I mean, you can't underestimate them. They have some strong players. Of course, they have former Hollywood players in Scott Sterling and Ricky Bobby on their roster currently, as well as former D1 mainstays like the Scarpetta brothers and Matt Letitia. So a lot for them to worry about as we get things underway here between Reykjavik and Tokyo. Very slow going early on here with Isagi trying to find Guerra, but could not do so. Only cut out Idioka. We see Tokyo has opted for the 4-2-3-1. They have just kept on running, but interestingly, though, I think they've changed up one of their wingers that they've usually had.
Yeah, I believe Guerra is, I believe he was out on loan last season. And has returned to the club.
Yeah, so that will be a return here as Ricky Bobby in a little run, but was offside.
Yeah.
That one was easy enough for us to discover. But, I mean, we did see before, Tokyo, again, just seemed like they have the opportunity. And interestingly, I think we also have Mika Rashford, who I believe was on Tokyo for a portion of the season and just ended up being a part of that side that just fell short once more as he is casual looking to find Ricky Bobby again. Trying to dance around Vercetti, but the cross back in was intended for Peter Oak. Couldn't find anyone else. Yoka now for Ricky Bobby! Well, it ended up being the other connection. It went the other way, and Reykjavik, 16 minutes in, have their first goal of D1.
Yeah, and who else would you expect but Ricky Bobby? Very established presence in this league. You know, has been up there in Golden Boots before. Good, calm finish there. And Reykjavik take the lead in this Battle of Islands.
Yep, of course, this is being played on Athênai rather than Honshu. So we'll have to wait and see what will happen in that return clash as well. Depending on who wins out in that duel as Rice now finds Guerra. Caleb Hayden. A lot of room deflection by Sterling. And just ended up tapping itself wide.
That's why they pay Scott Sterling the big bucks.
Nessie forward with the corner, but just headed away there. I believe it was Scarpetta that got up there to clear out the danger.
Yeah, only the one Scarpetta brother on Reykjavik this season. Roberto Scarpetta. Claudio has been he's out on loan with London.
I see. I don't know, because I did see the roster page and did see that he was still on there, but given that he's out on loan, that would explain that. As Oak there, he would have head down that clearance. Casual now for Yoka. Again, trying to dance. Inside, casual, flicked it back for Roke, and the cross was wayward. Bobby has to go into recovery mode, but ends up winning it right back. Of a pass back from Yore, and a tough and a penalty by Vachetti.
What are you doing?
Thought he got ball there, but must have just missed it. Here's Letitia, and it's unsurprising he converts. 2-0 Reykjavik, half an hour in.
Yeah, that's a solid penalty from Letitia, but what on earth was that? Like, that you can't do that. Like, you're on a yellow and the ball's in the box. Like, you just can't do that.
Yeah, just a tough foul given away there by Vachetti, and has put Tokyo in a deep hole already. Vissa now for Asagi. Forward now for Kaido, trying to get at least one back before the half. Rider's shot is blocked. Kaido looking over the top there. Only Didi Yoka was waiting, though. And just got on the bottom edge of that cross and got it cleared. Nessie now just hammers a cross right into the legs of Oak and out for a corner kick. Down it goes into the tunnels. A little bit of a delay there as we get the second ball up, and a chance for Vachetti, but couldn't quite get that cross to go as Nessie tried to find Kaido, but Roberto Scarpetta there again to clear the danger.
Yeah, Tokyo getting the ball in some dangerous positions, but they're just not getting shots away that are, like, actually challenging the goalkeeper. I mean, look at the shot distribution. 7 shots, just 1 on target.
Yeah, just not really putting much pressure on Scott Sterling. If the one that was turned away. Of course, Reykjavik, excuse me, have been getting quite stuck in. Already 3 yellow cards being awarded. Oak Hall and Yoka all being lodged in the book already, with Vachetti on the side of Tokyo. So I have to wait and see. Maybe we'll see a second yellow card awarded. So, I do feel like Reykjavik should be able to maintain the discipline and likely maintain the lead coming into the end of this match.
Yeah, it's been a mostly even game. The XG is a little skewed by the penalty, but again, that's you can't really asterisk a penalty. It was a cut and dry thing. But Tokyo just need to get some shots on target. They're just they're getting shots, but they're going wide or they're getting blocked. Like, make the keeper make a save.
Yeah, it isn't like hockey where you're hoping that some players won't be able to continue after suffering too many shot blocks, because thankfully a soccer ball is not as hard as a hockey puck. We still await the second half. It is now underway.
No subs.
Yep, as they were. All now for Scarpetta. Jorde over the top looking for Letitia, but headed out by Vissa. Kaido there, tried to get a clearance, but was knocked down by Jorde, and he ends up being the first one to it. Try to get by, but Kaido with a challenge and out of play.
Yeah, you're a new acquisition for Reykjavik from London.
Yeah, just another of the Londoners that have been on the move after their second successive relegation, you might say, from D1, as they continue to flip-flop up and down between the divisions, and one has to wonder whether they will maintain that, given that they have gone on a bit of a teardown. So have to wait and see there, but still got the action in front of us as Reykjavik just decide, you know what? We don't really have anything building here. Let's just clear it back for Sterling so he can look for a long ball, and ended up just going right across there and played a bit of a Pong on Atari.
that was literally what was going through my head right there. Like, we Pong now.
Yeah, as here's Ricky Bobby. Got a bit of a run here and beats Rube. He's got a double in his first game in a Reykjavik uniform in D1. And it's 3-0. They are looking to run away with this.
Yeah, just direct ball causing some mayhem from Rashford. Against Versetti, against Rube. Calm finish from the top of the box. Rube can't really do much there. And Reykjavik in cruise control right now.
Yeah, Rashford to Bobby. Where have I heard of that one before?
Couple dozen times.
Yeah.
Please don't fact check how many goals has Ricky Bobby scored assisted by Rashford.
Well, everyone knows the answer to every number question, which is 12, as Rise there ahead of it was really just soft and easily taken there by Sterling.
And here I was expecting 42.
Well, yes, but that's the British one. The American one is 12.
You know what, touche.
Letitia now for Yorda. Yorda a drive, but stopped by Rube. Like Aubuchon Touche was also going to be there to block it. Yes, that was a great segue. Thank you. Hole now the corner. Try to fire for Scarpetta, but just wide. So again, no real threats being issued here by Tokyo. Only the 2 shots on target logged thus far. So only 1 thus far of this third quarter of the game. Hayden finds Asagi. They might look to put one on here, but the pass was nowhere near Kaido, and Letitia easily cut that one out. Sterling, the long clearance. That Shetty does beat Bobby. And just headed it back down for Rube.
Is that Aubuchon Touche playing as a center back?
Believe so, as Oak now. Over for Rashford, blocked out there by Vercetti, and another corner.
Interesting, because he's usually played as a roaming playmaker. That's all. I know this is probably something that was, everyone else noticed way before I did, but that is interesting.
Well, not me. There's another cross inside, but Aubuchon Touche was able to clear that one out. Hayden now for Rise. Rise trying to beat Ladiva there, just dancing around, goes back instead, and nothing could really develop there. Yeah, I mean, it might just be because of how they're playing. Oh, because Asagi is playing further back there as the playmaker, so it's just kind of shifted everyone backwards, because they usually plays up front, but not on this occasion. Instead, back into the midfield. So for Casual, good block there. Oh, it was blocked by Visser there, but no, Rube got the foot to it and then was cleared out by Visser. Out for the corner. Yoko looking long across. Ricky Bobby's header is over the bar. Hayden has it taken away by Hall. Now Casual found Rashford on a little bit of a run, but 13 blocked 13. Bobby nearly had a chance, but it was blocked by Visser. Guerra now. Not really building up to anything much there, but again Reykjavik turned away. They've been having to do a lot more of that than Tokyo have, and I'm sure it's exhausting a lot of those Tokyo players. Rashford now for Bobby. Bobby turned back in. Hall now over the top. Ricky Bobby watching the flag. It did not come up. No foul given there on the slide from Vercetti. Could have been a second penalty, but might just be revenge back. It's Casual. Oh, a bad giveaway. And Bobby found Casual, and that's the dagger. 4-0 Reykjavik.
Yeah, Casual taking advantage of some casual play out of the back there from Tokyo. Visser, I mean, that's just bad awareness. Ricky Bobby was in the vicinity. Yeah. Like, that's something you just need to yeet it out of bounds. Like, don't get too pretty. Instead, free pizza, game over.
I wonder how Icelandic pizza looks. That's an honest question.
I don't know if I want to know the answer to that.
Would it have shark fin, I wonder? I know that is a delicacy. Either way, Tokyo looking to perhaps get a consolation goal, but I mean, again, it just seemed like the passing has not been succinct. Just no real communication there, and well, that one just was another pong by Atari clearance that just ends up with a keeper. Here's Nessie now. Just over Soderberg. It seems like Tokyo might be content to run this one out. They don't want to give up their fifth. And surely the whistle should be sounding, and there it goes. Reykjavik, a huge 4-0 win over SC Tokyo, and they have just been looking so strong early on. And I mean, I mentioned that they might be considered the potential weakest one as a second team in D2, but they proved me very, very wrong.
Yeah, statement of intent is how I would describe this match for Reykjavik. This is not just we're happy to be here, we just want to stay up. No, it's like, we're going to go and effing push the top teams in this league. So their first game, they play one of the top teams in the league and absolutely take them behind the woodshed. This was a dominant performance. They just were better at them, basically better in this match, basically across the board. And
I mean, they had the more clear-cut chances, and that meant they got to win. Plain and simple.
Yeah, Tokyo didn't help themselves to some extent. I think they only had 2 shots on target at the end of the match, and they gave away a pretty clumsy penalty. But Reykjavik took advantage.
In the grand scheme of things, how much did that matter?
Yeah.
All that'll change, really, aside from... it doesn't change much aside from the goal difference.
Yeah, fair.
As it's seen, the 2 newly promoted teams get their first taste of D1 action. An inverse of the results some may have expected, but now it's going to be 2 teams that have been here very much before, as Cup winners Buenos Aires take on Athênai.
Yeah, Buenos Aires have had a couple really solid seasons in the top flight. They've really established themselves as a top flight team. Athênai, a team going through a bit of a rebuild right now. They're going to try and show that the rebuild will be ahead of schedule. They were very busy, I believe, during the draft. And we'll see how this one goes.
Yeah, of course, we do need to talk about how they've changed up a little bit. Looking through the Buenos Aires roster, they have, in fact, acquired a former Reykjavik player in Paul Penshaw, may have been out on loan, in fact. They, of course, still have Franco Torres, but they are a very solid side, all told. I mean, a lot of the veterans will start to be coming into their regression eras as start to age and start to fade in those regards. Of course, we didn't really mention that in the first half of this broadcast, is that this is the first season where we're starting to see players start to age out of their primes and no longer be the players they once were, even. As here we see Buenos Aires taking on Athênai now. As we mentioned before, Torres and Jeeves will be 2 players on Buenos Aires' roster that are facing that. And on the side of Athênai, you would have no one, in fact. One off the line. The attack here from Buenos Aires. Jeeves now for Gorkov. Trying to run through here now. I've mentioned that there have been a lot of new players that have come in here. One thing that... there's a second page here. That would help. Sam Siege and Henrik Lind. I didn't realize that Athênai had that many players that they have a second page.
I think like some of them are like...
Yeah, I know some of them are probably... recent draft picks. Of course, 5 of players are considered Season 10 players. Mitchell Prince, Sodom Panda, Jake Bradford, Jules Pelletier, Nikola Raonic. Raonic and Pelletier are both... Raonic, Pelletier, Bradford, and Prince all starting for this side. I believe we will see much of Sodom Panda, though, at least not yet. Here's Tali trying to dance here on Siege. That one flicked in, and Vanderslav, oh, what a strike! Top corner, with power, with precision, and it's 1-0, 9 minutes in.
Yeah, while his name may denote laziness, you do not want to leave Edwin Vandersloth open in the box. It comes from this ball in from Tolly, and they just can't. No one keeps track of Vandersloth, and he's going to slot that one home through traffic.
Yeah, just really nothing that could be done there to stop that one. Just found a perfect gap and easily taken advantage of it. Actually, Solar Panda is on this side, so all 5 of the Season 10 players getting their starts here. Noticed them earlier. Yeah, Duke could not do anything about that earlier Vanderslof shot, but he's able to get a clearance there for that one.
Duke coming over from Montreal, I do believe.
Yep. Gorkov tried to find Tali, but ended up having to be one back off of Prince. Here's Gorkov now driving and scores! Duke caught flat-footed. 2 goals in as many minutes.
Yeah, it's not been the best first 10 minutes from Athênai, but nobody is saving this shot from Laurent Gorkov. I mean, he just hits this one with some venom. The second he gets some space, just absolutely put your foot through it and just pound it into the back of the net. 2-0 Buenos Aires, 2 goals within 3 minutes.
Yep, I mean, was scored basically at 8:50-ish, and then another one scored at 10:10-ish, so basically 2 goals in as many minutes, but all just go down as different times of the match, as now Athena as a King now, a Trive, but that one sails over the top there. Attempt to be cleared forward of Katarina now. Looked for Raonic. Now Newport. Over to King. Gorkov won it back there from Brooks Patron. Try to find Torres there. Was Vanderslof, but was intercepted by Lind. Won it back though. Vanderslof now whipping it across there for Penshaw. The header, not with much venom, and easily saved there by Duke. Prince now attempting a corner, but Guevara able to clear that one out. Torres trying to find someone from the wing, but perhaps came in too soon. Yoga worked back for Duke. No one forward for that clearance though, and Knight will end up taking a bit of a run himself. Finds Gorkov, now lofting it forward for Jeeves. Jeeves now for a little bit of space, looking across, but no one was there on it. Sam Siege picks up the crumbs, tried to keep it in play, gave it away. Torres just tipped away by Duke, may have been wide.
Yeah, very sloppy there at the back. Athênai, like we said, very, very young team in a rebuild, and they are looking the part so far.
Yeah, this has not been quite the Athena that we've seen in years past. Here's Vanderslof now. Look at the space he's got here. Just flicks it across there, but Raonic does well there to outduel Paul Pencher up the top. Here's Jeeves. Jeeves looking across there for Vanderslof, the header, but saved there by Duke. Torres now for Knight. Knight trying to run it up here. Vanderslof here. Gorkov, another drive, and Nelly found himself with a double from some absolute venomous shots, but could not break that one through. Penshaw now looking for Jeeves. Trying to dance his way through. Gorkov, finessed it! Just barely out through and found the bottom corner of the net. Again, he's found himself with a chance, and that time is capitalized. It's 3-0.
Laurent Gorkov putting on a show in the box today. As he finds this one, and just, that's a very difficult angle. Duke, I think, played that decently well, but Gorkov, I mean, that's just paint that corner.
Yeah, turned it onto the far post, and found his way through as Buenos Aires now looking to dominate here once more. Here's Jeeves now trying to race by Raonic. Over to Gorkov. Just got around Panda there for a moment. Flicked it over for Tali. Adam Knight has a bit of room. Tried to flick it in there, but was headed away by Lind. Brooks Patron there though with Katarina. Looked for Tali. Now Vanderslov. Torres. Over to Knight. Knight through ball here. Franco Torres saved by Duke.
I feel like at this point, if you're Athênai, you just hope to get back to halftime without conceding another.
Yeah, that's really what they've been trying to do, it feels like, and they just have not been able to stop the Buenos Aires attack here as Guevara over Brooks Patron try to find Tali, but headed away by Siege, but Knight there again, picking up the pieces. Knight now, looking for a second bite of a cherry. Just inside ball here for Tali. Tali across here, looking for Jeeves. Try to tap it on there for Gorkov, but Newport there gets in the way. And now a little breakaway going, but Brooks Patron quickly puts a stop to it. Here's Knight. Knight looking. Flicked over for Gorkov. Gorkov with some space. Might have had a hat-trick on here, and he does! Came back to him off of Vanderslov. It's a hat-trick for Laurent Gorkov, and it's 4-0.
Yeah, statement of intent from Reykjavik before, and a statement of intent from Laurent Gorkov in this match. Just way too much space. To him, slots it home calmly, and it's going from bad to worse for Athênai.
Yeah, like it's just continual punishment here. I mean, one has to wonder how sadistic they feel as Duke. How did he tip that one over? Gorkov across here, headed out by Lind. There was really no one there to block it down. Gorkov across there. Vanderslov's header is over the top. This is misheader there by Knight. It falls for Bradford. Prince there, they're just looking. Trying to see if they can find something for Pelletier. Oh, what a drive. Oakdown just barely able to tip that one over. Looking threatening to score their first goal with that shot there, but could not find the target there, could not find the net there, rather. Was on target.
I think that was their first shot on
short
target.
Free kick. Yeah. It was a hell of a first shot on target, I'll say that one. As here's Torres now. Chipping it over for Vanderslov. Trying to break apart this defense once more. Back over Tali. Blocked there by Hugo. Falls for Jeeves. Jeeves going to try and get by Raonic. And Raonic was able to win that ball cleanly and got the slide tackle in there. Now with King. King has it knocked out there by Jeeves. And out it goes. Now a little attack building here, but again the through ball is easily cut down by the, I feel like, much faster defenders here than the Athênai forwards in this formation, and really that's to be expected given how youthful a lot of these players are. As here's Torres, tried to knock that one on, but just wide of the net.
Yeah, you can really tell the difference in ability just through how quick these players are. Like, Buenos Aires look like Red Bull, and Athênai looks like the rest of the field.
I was going to go with Pacific Grand Prix, but that also works. Here's King now, looking for Bradford, but tipped over by Oakdown. And it's off for Torres, but I think that was blocked by Lind. Looks like the linesman is pointing to the corner flag. Gorkov infield, looked for Lind, but didn't look for Lind rather, but picked him out. Not what his intended was though. That should... Oh, no. Gonna have one free kick here to potentially change things up here for Knight. And now Tali. Trying to find Knight in the corner there. Looking for Gorkov. He tries for Thor, but Duke makes a save. And that is finally a merciful end. 25 shots in 45 minutes for Buenos Aires. This has to be damage limitation at this point for Athênai.
Yeah, my eyes significantly widened when I realized it was only halftime. Like, woof. There's not really much I can say about that first half that hasn't already been said. Buenos Aires have just been objectively dominant. Athênai, it's a young team.
Yep.
And, young teams will be taking their licks. That just happens. But we'll see the second half if they can get some consolation at the very least. Something to improve the vibes.
I don't know how much they can do with that guard. Because it doesn't really seem like they've been able to do that much. As here's Jeeves tries to drive, but over the top. Look down now, we'll clear it out. Now Jeeves once more. Try and dance by Raonic and ends up just being out for a goal kick once more.
Yeah, decent cross, decent header, just a little bit wide.
It was Gorka forward now for Pancho! Just off the top of the bar, and again, Buenos Aires just putting more and more pressure on them. Tali now trying to dance by, and Lindver again needing to be strong in the air to try and quell Buenos Aires. But here's Gorkov looking for Thor, trying to get it to that near post, but saved there by Duke. Here's Gorkov, the cross in is headed away there by Hugo. Here's Tali. Tried to find a cross in there, but Prince ends up knocking it out once more for a corner. Here's Gorkov's attempt. Tried to find Penshaw, but headed out there by Newport. Oakdown. Try to clear it out. There's Lind now over to Siege. Prince now for Panda. Panda forward here. Here's Jake Bradford. Back for King. Oh, he's missed that barely.
Yeah, I think that's really the second chance Athênai have particularly threatened in this match. And both times they have been like dangerous threats. Just the end product wasn't there. The final touch wasn't there.
Yeah. Again, it's just the finishing has not quite been there yet. Here's Tali now, looking to make it the fifth goal. At last for Penshaw, but just wide. Bruce Bertrand there, look at this. This is going to be another free roaming attack here. Ask Jeeves. Pulls over Raonic and Pelletier. Inside ball for Gorkov. Tried a little, I don't know what you call that, a Rabona shot perhaps. Here's Gorkov again, and that time just ran out of angle and hammered it into the side netting.
Gorkov is hungry out there tonight, eh? Hat trick isn't enough.
Yeah. Maybe he just wants that single game goals record. He probably could have had 6 by this point. Katarina there, jumping above Sodom Panda and get that one. And the Sloth. End up taking the wing there instead of Knight. The low cross in there for Adam Knight, and Duke again a save out for a corner once again. Gorkov cross inside, easily headed away there by Lind.
Yeah, and you say Buenos Aires could have more goals. Part of that's just the fact that Brian Duke has been pretty solid in goal today. Like, he is under an absolute assault, but he's coped decently
By my
well.
count, though, I think Buenos Aires have had 12 shots in the past 40 minutes, and none of them have been on target. I'm not sure if that's true, but I thought it was 25 and 15, but it might have been 25 and 11, and I'm just misremembering my numbers. Here they go again, left edge here for Jeeves, and Torres, a shot, but they're able to retain it.
Jeeves has been feasting on that left side so far in this match.
Yeah. Had so much room here as, well, as you know, we're able to limit the damage, it seems. Goalless first, or goalless second half rather, but the damage was done early. Buenos Aires comes away with a 4-0 win at home, and Lauren Gorka with the hat-trick gets the perfect 10.
Yeah, I mean, perfect first half, and then the second half they just kind of put things in cruise control for Buenos Aires. Athênai, I mean, that second half, you know, they had a couple half chances, and they were able to keep a clean sheet. Like, yeah, that's at least something to, some positives to draw out of game where there were not a lot of them. And when you have a young team, like, you're going to take your licks. That happens. And you just have to draw from the positives.
I think that was more than licks, to be honest.
And you just have to draw from the few positives that were there.
Yeah, frankly, what it was is not something that can be repeated on cable television.
Not on YouTube TV.
Yeah. Or both. Maybe on some satellite programs, but who's to say? As we do have our final matchup upcoming. União Sao Paulo, who once again escaped relegation. We are in immediately here. And they have survived relegation again and maintained D1, but they go up against the back champions.
Inevitables.
Yep. Funyuns there a drive, save there by Yilmaz for Heretic. Of course, worth noting, we do have another Levert. There are not two Leverts here. That is a different Levert. That would be, I believe, Brednik Levert?
Yeah,
yes.
Well, I believe he was the number 1 pick at some point. He was picked very high.
Funyuns now have a lot of space. And Funyuns from Kofi Ancha just on 97 seconds in. And Sao Paulo hit the front.
Yeah, Kofi Ancha, when he's on, he is one of the best attacking fullbacks/wingbacks in the league. Puts in a picture perfect ball for Funyuns. He is the official snack of the SSL, hashtag not sponsored, and slotted home quite comfortably past the Heretic. And Sao Paulo with a sucker punch to the champions immediately.
I believe this one's a little bit more quiet because we have seen just so many highlights from the previous matches that I feel like my voice is already getting exhausted, though perhaps that could just be the off-season jitters, perhaps. As he is possible, whipped in. The other post sale! I thought that cannon off the post while Ansem just trying to make sure it stayed out, and then he just got away from him, and Gerard, a chance to take a corner here for Hollywood, but headed away, and Stanza has to be there to sweep up, and Sao Paulo just look to hold on to that lead early on here, but they might look to make it 2 here with a coffee biscuit shot, but Zach Jared knocked it down and easily recoverable.
Yeah, Sao Paulo were very aggressive this past offseason in terms of picking up guys for this season. We see one big name on both sides, one at the back and one at the front. Yannick Anderson in goal and Owen 44 up top for them. Both new additions.
Yeah, it is somewhat forgettable there, but both of them I believe were acquisitions out of Athênai, and I think will definitely help bolster this roster and hopefully get them out of that what seems like a bit of a 6th place curse there for Sao Paulo. As Funyuns here finds 44 and a little bit of a break, and the shot was I think it went backwards before it went forwards.
Yeah, that's not the best finish I've seen from Owen 44.
Well, yeah, I mean, he had plenty of them.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is
it's at 100 goals. You know, it's
Yeah.
You could probably put all of those in the top 100 finishes. If it's not resulting in a goal, then what is it?
Maybe he just
But
wants to
perhaps I'm
win the
just being
crossbar
facetious.
challenge occasionally.
Not that one. Definitely not that one. Here's Mayhem. Over to Funyuns. Ramirez in for Newman. Newman a drive. It rebounded. 44 didn't have an angle to try and shoot it. Arnshaw will, but I think that went over and did. Not sure if that had been touched, but it was not.
Yeah, that just went clear over the bar. Sao Paulo getting a lot of chances for that second goal. And here's another one, maybe.
That 44 just wide that time. There was a lot of pressure there, perhaps, and just wasn't able to direct that on goal. But
yeah, he had to get that off
it's been
quickly.
wild so far.
Had to get that one off quickly because he had a defender closing him down. Keeper played that pretty well, I think.
You see Athênai rather. If I could get my English out. And then find overland Kwai, and the cross from possible cut off there by Anderson. Jarrow here. Looks the ball down there for Lightning. Now Levert over to Costanza. That's another player that I don't think we've seen much of in D1. Would be their draftee, Kurt Lightning. So here's 44, a drive, but knocked down by Costanza out for the corner. As that corner there is cleared by Costanza.
Hollywood only one shot through 35 minutes. And it was off target.
Yeah, just have not been able to develop much of an attack, and part of that might just be due to how Sao Paulo is playing, because not sure how many players they have at the back there. Might be 5. Trying to look over to that left edge, but 44 now is...
What?
Side-footed that, and not very well.
Looked more like a failed cross, but there was no one there.
Yeah, I think it is 4 of a back there. We could make him like an incline and Archer, but it's still reminiscent of a quite defensive formation, given how deep I believe Sidney Ramirez is playing.
Yeah, perhaps Ramirez as a halfback.
Yeah, that may be the case here. Here's Nagatoro over for Liang Kwai. Trying to get by Archer. Here's Tiki Taka, blocked by Incline. Got the feet to it. It's possible there. Heads it out. Now for Coffee Biscuit for Archer. Now Coffee Biscuit looking to Loftier over the top here for 44. Looking for one goal before the half. Blocked by Costanza. It's knocked down. Oh, it nearly rolled back in on the second time. But Costanza cleared it out. And that will be the break. Sao Paulo just coming away with that. And it looked like a fairly even game thanks to one close chance that they were not able to convert.
Yeah, I mean, they score early, and they've had plenty of chances to extend their lead and just haven't been able to take them. You get the feeling that in the second half, they're either going to pull away or it's going to be the type of game where they keep creating and they keep creating, and then they end up drawing because they can't convert.
Yep. They just have not been able to do that as much. But Hollywood, I mean, haven't been able to really do that much elsewhere. So here we go again.
Yeah, it was a very un-Hollywood-like first half. Because we're used to seeing them, score and create a lot, and they didn't really do either in the first half.
Yep. Just not
that's a nice ball.
much going on here. As here's Kurt Lightning, a chance, and again Incline getting in the way, and again a corner. Very solid in defense thus far, Nicholas Incline, as that one is headed out and away. It's now Mayhem, looking to get by Gerard. Now over to Funyuns. Looking over the top here for Mayhem. Flicked over for 44 and a good header there, but Heretic was able to make a save, but there was an offside there. I think that might have been on Mayhem, as here's Gerard now on an immediate counter attack. Now looking for Nagatoro on a drive, but saved by Anderson. Gerard now for the corner and headed out. Now possible. Knocked down there by Biscuit and out for yet another corner. Gerard whips it in, looking for the far post, but again headed clear, and stands in now for Gerard again, and
Flags
was offside, wasn't able to come back in time.
Classic.
The classic.
Yeah. Kind of interesting that the game is basically even on XG, even though Sao Paulo is absolutely beating the brakes off Hollywood in the shot count. That's interesting.
Yeah, there's not much of a quality difference as all. Helmus, a Heretic, barely able to get up to that one. Jeff Newman with a threatening shot.
Yeah, it kind of came out of nowhere there.
Yes, here's Newman now with a lot of room, but was offside. Yeah, didn't even get a chance to celebrate his loud goal before the whistle went. Just seems like with the way that Sao Paulo are threatening, I'm going to say they score 2 more goals. Socc is back. He's come out of retirement for 1 more attempt. Here's 44. Now, how much Hollywood is going to score? Who's to say? Just doesn't seem like they haven't been able to generate much though, but you never know what they can do with tiki-taka. As here's Newman, the drive, and the Heretic just able to hold on to that one. Here's Unpossible. And Brimovic tried to take that one away. Couldn't do so quite, but the cross back for Lightning was knocked down by Newman, and Coffee Biscuit does well to keep it in field, keep him in possession. In Brimovic, long chance. The 44 has beaten Costanza. It's beaten the Heretic with the chip, and Jarrow can't get back. It's 2-0.
Yeah, they were able to prevent it in the first half, not in the second half. 44. He's had so many chances. And finally, he takes one. Heretic comes off the line. Cheeky little chip, would like some salsa with that one. And Jarrow just can't get back in time.
Yep. Could not quite get that one. And as a result means that is 2-0. And then Jarrow, of course, just couldn't able to get that one there, as another long clearance here for 44. Now Coffee Biscuit. Trying to dance down the left edge. Here's Jeff Newman! Flag stays down. 3-0 Sao Paulo. Quickly, they're putting the screws on Hollywood and look to be running away with it.
And Sockstradamus was right. Sao Paulo did score 2 more.
It's not yet. There could still be more.
Okay, fair.
There'll still be more. There's still 18 and a half minutes plus stoppage time to be played, so...
Yeah, I think Heretic kind of misjudged that and was way off his line, and once the ball got to Newman, the net was too up. They just could not get back in time.
Yeah. Too many angles. Going to stop all of them. As Lexington looking to carry them forward here. Here's 44. Chester down and the shot off the side of the post. And out. Heretic there with a jump up to stop that one. And cleared away, and now with Funyuns. Less than 10 minutes to play here. Anderson with the deep ball. Just cut down there by Costanza. Now another cross in. Oh, looking, but Gerard That's again knocked down by Inclan, who has been very solid defensively. Ibrahimovic there able to knock down an attempted ball for possible. Biscuit now, here's 44 looking for the third one, but it was stopped there by Jarrow. Oliver Heretic got the foot to that one, but...
Yeah, great last gasp recovery there.
Jarrow said. Yeah, they've been having to work like hell right now. Like so now for Mayhem, over to Funyuns, now Newman.
Yeah, the ball's over the top to 44. And absolutely killing them.
Yep. Back four just have not been able to defend that, even with how solid they usually have been in seasons past. As it looks like Gerard.
Oh, they don't have any subs.
Oh dear. Wow. I mean, that's what happens when you have players that are being paid so much that you're stuck up against the cap.
It be like that.
Yeah.
So that I assume this just
it does feel like they are currently running out of it is what it is.
I think at this point you just finish the game with 10. There's only like 2 minutes. Well, I mean, they have no other choice. But
yeah, I mean, he can just still like stand there and be a turnstile.
We're going to put a statue at left back. Defense. His purpose is to stand there.
Yep. I might just have to wait and see here, as there might just be a little bit of debate over what they end up deciding to do.
Yeah, maybe they shuffle some positions around or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So raise your hand if you had Hollywood down 3 and Tokyo losing 4-0 on your bingo card, and then put your hand down because you were a liar.
I never got a bingo card. Where can I get those?
The distribution must have been late this season. SMH.
Shame. It does seem like we are going to make a little bit of a positional change, perhaps.
Oh, nope.
Or not. It just seems like he's just going to have to come off there, and looks like Bismuth Funyuns has come off the field as well briefly. Doesn't seem like it might have just been a tangle up between the two of them, but Funyuns might just be hurt and not injured. And 3 minutes of stoppage time still to come here. Nagatoro Maradona, 4 there for Liang Kwai.
Should have shot that.
Just look for territory here, but Impossible will try one, and Yannick Anderson easily there to hold on to it.
I think that was too many passes. There was a shot there.
Yeah. Not quite the right decision making, and Sao Paulo might just look to seal things off here. Funyuns turn the background for Mayhem. A real threat right now, but might be developing one. Mayhem will put the cross in for Newman. Worked back there for Funyuns though. They seem just content to hold it in this side of the park, and
is that a penalty? That's a frustration foul.
Yep, and now you just put Elvis the Heretic on the spot and might have put yourself in a tie for last. I have to wait and see here if Elvis the Heretic can stop this last second penalty. And he does! I think 2 is right. What a stop. 44 cannot believe it, and they won't get the chance of a corner. Sao Paulo does come away with a victory, but honestly, that could have been them going to the top of the standings and just couldn't do it that time.
Yeah, Hollywood with 1.25 XG. I find that hard to believe. Who the heck is calculating this?
They have a one clear-cut chance that was very early on. That was, I believe, saved, and that was really the changer. As Dorian Lexington, surprisingly, the one, I guess, because all the goal contributions were kind of spread elsewhere. He ended up getting the player of the match for that one, but I'm sure I'll be very content with that. As Sao Paulo, Reykjavik,
statements
and Buenos Aires, all with big wins.
Yeah, statements were made today from Sao Paulo and Reykjavik. Yeah, Sao Paulo again.
So many statements, you'd think this would be Real Madrid.
Comunicado Oficial.
Yeah, and Comunicado Oficial Buenos Aires Uno. That's all the Spanish I know, I'm sorry. They end up being the one at the top of the standings. Might just be due to alphabet, though, as them, Reykjavik, lie at the top. Sao Paulo there in third, thanks to that 3-0 win, and the 2-1 win for Catalunya will put them in fourth. But right now, a lot of concerning signs.
Yeah, hopefully for some teams, they're hoping this is just some early season rust. For others, there may be some panic. And for others, you might just be in full trust the process mode.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought Hollywood, Athênai, Tokyo, the bottom three sides after having been such mainstays, but I guess that's what this season will throw at us to start things off here. And it has been a very exciting start to Division 1. Of course, we will be seeing you tomorrow, I believe, for Division 2 kicking off there, and I'm sure a lot of more stories to be told over on that side. But for all the Simulated Soccer League staff, for Valpix, and for everyone joining us, thank you for the whole ride. I've been Socc. We'll see you next time.